Adesanya's the better kickboxer. However, I gotta say, I'm very impressed with Du Plessis' power. He's very powerful. He has a good, powerful punch. He dropped Whitaker with a jab. It still blows my mind. He was able to drop him and hurt him with the jab. He has very consistent takedowns. His takedowns are constantly a threat. His combination of awkward strikes and surprising takedowns, because he shoots his takedowns in a very surprising manner. And he has a variety of takedowns, from headlocks to body locks to Kosoto Gake to double legs. He has a strong variety of takedowns. And he's strong. He has good control on the ground. He has very good control on the ground. I think his awkward striking style mixed with his surprising takedowns are going to give him a slight edge in this fight. Now, the negative going into this fight, the big negative that's bothering me and made me want to pick Adesanya is Adesanya has so much more 5-round experience. When it comes to 5-round experience, Adesanya is head and shoulders above Du Plessis. Head and shoulders. Du Plessis done one 5-round fight in his entire UFC career. That was against Sean Strickland. He pressed Sean Strickland. It was a very close fight. Many people thought Sean won. It was a very, very close contest. However, Du Plessis got his hand raised. He landed a lot of strikes. He landed a lot of takedowns. He was very pressing. He was pressing the pressure fighter. We all know Strickland has a crazy cardio. He presses. This time it was Du Plessis doing the pressing. I think he's going to have a hard round one, and then he's going to pressure Adesanya. He's going to score takedowns. He's going to mix that awkward striking where he switches stance, throws bizarre strikes. He's a good kickboxer. He is a good kickboxer. He's very powerful. He might clip Adesanya as well, because Adesanya is going to have to be on high alert for those takedowns. If those takedowns happen every round, Adesanya is going to lose. Adesanya has to stop a takedown every round. He's also got to watch out for Du Plessis' power. His explosive power. He's got strong punches and kicks. With that said, Adesanya is the better striker. Adesanya, we all know all about Adesanya and how dangerous his left hook is, and how dangerous he is with his combinations, how he switches stance, how he's incredibly quick, he's incredibly elusive. He has a chin of granite. Yes, that is true. He's hard to take down. When fighters took him down, he scrambled. He got up to his feet on a regular basis. However, I don't think he's fought a guy who can get the fight to the ground with the top game he had. Blachowicz was very tentative on the ground until the last round, of course. But I think Du Plessis is going to go for it, and he's more seasoned. He's more technically seasoned. Guys, that's my assessment. I think that the awkward striking and surprising takedowns of Du Plessis is going to have Adesanya guessing. And I'm giving it 51-49 for Du Plessis. Guys, I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form this is going to be a blowout. No. This is going to be a very difficult fight for both men. Israel Adesanya, in my opinion, is going to win the early rounds. But Du Plessis is going to find takedowns, put the pressure, close the gap, and breach the reach. Adesanya's got a massive reach advantage. I believe Adesanya is like 6'4". I think Du Plessis is like 6 foot. It's a massive height and reach advantage. Still, Du Plessis has shown some incredibly surprising takedowns. He took down Whitaker with a headlock. Look, his fight against Robert Whitaker was actually incredibly impressive. That was a fight that impressed me the most. That really swayed my opinion. Originally, I was going to go with Adesanya. Now, after watching Du Plessis' footage, I've decided to pick Du Plessis. He's durable, he's strong, he's explosive, and his takedowns are very surprising. And he has a variety of takedowns. Hasn't Izzy fought guys like DDP before? Cannonier, Vittori, Costa, Romero. He leaves himself wide open a lot when he strikes. That's from, let's see who that is from. I don't know why I'm being blocked here. That was from, Justin Carter. Look, he has fought guys, but here's the thing. Cannonier is super powerful, doesn't really shoot. Vittori, good ground game, but he doesn't really progress from the ground game. And he took Adesanya down. I just think Du Plessis has more one-shot KO power. He's a much more unorthodox striker. Vettori is a very orthodox striker. Vettori a very successful striker, but not the same as Du Plessis. Du Plessis switches. Du Plessis comes from a kickboxing background. Vettori is more of a boxer. I think he's going to handle Adesanya's strikes a little bit better than Vettori did. And his takedowns, in my opinion, are more surprising than Vettori. He's more versatile. He has more upper body takedowns. He has more sophisticated, explosive takedowns. I think his takedowns are another cut above. Romero doesn't do much on the ground. You're right. Romero's an Olympic wrestler, one of the great wrestlers of his generation. However, when he takes guys down, he doesn't do anything. It's like he lets them back up. He's not crafty on the ground. Du Plessis is far more crafty. But you're right, though. I mean, Costa doesn't really shoot. And the thing is with Costa, he left his legs wide open. He got his legs trashed. After round one, his legs were completely trashed. I don't think he's going to be able to do that to Du Plessis as easily. Now, Adesanya has incredible leg kicks. He's going to get the leg kicks going. I have no doubt. But he's not going to chop the legs as easily as he did to Costa. Costa was like, it was a buffet. It was just a buffet. Here, as many leg kicks as you like. Just keep kicking my legs. I'm not going to change the game plan. I'm just going to walk forward and let you kick my legs. That was one of the worst game plans I've ever seen in an MMA world title fight. Absolutely horrible. Costa just walked in and thought, I'm just going to eat these kicks. They're not a big deal. Guess what? They are a massive deal. After one round, your legs were completely chopped. You had no more power. You couldn't close the distance. You could barely maneuver. And Adesanya put on the finishing touches with the hands. But the leg kicks cemented Costa's legs into the ground. Like he was no longer mobile. He was a sitting duck. Adesanya stepped in, put on the finishing touches with his hands, and really the hands stole the show. But it was really the leg kicks that laid all the groundwork. I think it's really the bizarre striking and surprising takedowns that are going to be stealing rounds. That's how I see it. Which DDP has wrestling. He smashes Izzy. That's from Utabek. Look, I like the wrestling from DDP. He's crafty. He's got a variety of takedowns, and he's super explosive when he shoots. He actually reminds me of GSP. The way he shoots through the legs, it's quite impressive. But we've seen people try to take Adesanya down. Guys, Adesanya is not easy to take down, and when you do take him down, he's hell to hold down. It's not an easy tall. It's not like in the bag. This thing ain't in the bag. Okay, believe me, it's far from being in the bag. However, I just think it's possible and it can happen. I don't want to say that he's going to go take down Adesanya at will and it's going to be a cakewalk and he's going to kind of like pin him and just like play with him. No. This is going to be a battle, guys. This is going to be a tough one for either man. How good of a wrestling caliber is Du Plessis? ? That's from Harrington Rapita. Look, I'll tell you something. I don't even know if he has I know he comes from a kickboxing background because once upon a time I was training a fighter to fight Du Plessis in RoboCop, and he actually they fought at welterweight, and RoboCop, the guy I was training, beat Du Plessis, knocked him out. Okay, they fought once. Du Plessis had beat Robo, and then Robo came to train at TriStar. We trained him for that fight, and he went back and he beat Du Plessis. He knocked him out. Now, both of them are heavy-handed. RoboCop and Du Plessis, the two guys that I'm talking about. Du Plessis is very heavy-handed, and he comes from a kickboxing background. Now, did he wrestle since he's 5 years old? I don't think he has, okay? But watching his takedowns, I could tell you he's a freak athlete. He has an explosiveness. He has a drive. He has an ability to... I'm sure he's training wrestling like everybody else, but he's a very talented wrestler. He's very, very explosive and strong. In my opinion, he was manhandling guys like Whitaker and Strickland in the wrestling, like just taking them down just like with ease. He's freakishly strong. I can tell you, I've never wrestled the man, but I can tell you he is freakishly strong.